Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Fragrance Friday, and yes, we did skip 1 week of Fragrance Friday. I just wasn't feeling very inspired last Friday, and work was really crazy that week, and I just didn't have the time with natural sunlight because there's a lot less of it now to be able to film. So again, thank you so much for joining me for Fragrance Friday this week. I really want to explore from my own collection, which is not huge, but we have designer and niche when it comes to like powerhouse winter fragrances, like really good for the fragrances that I would actually go for in the evening. They're for the most part, they're quite powerful. Some do last longer than others, and we will go through that as well. But if you guys are interested in finding out which fragrances I have in my collection that I really love and I think are great for the winter, the cold months in the northern hemisphere, mind you, then stay tuned. All right, you guys, thank you very much for sticking around, and we're gonna go through some. I can't remember, I think I have like 8. I didn't really count. I just literally went to my collection and I pulled what I believe to be my favorite like winter evening scents. There are other ones, but they are not like beast mode, if you will. So we're gonna get started to one of the newer ones in my collection. This is a niche brand. This is Mandala's Roses Vanille. And this is a niche brand that I just picked up on Fragrancebuy.ca. It's a screw top here. Unscrew it here. This is super, it reminds me a lot, but better, of the Montel's Intense Cafe. I sent that back because something was not right with it. This one is very intense. The rose is very intense, but for me, when the dry down happens, I definitely get that really nice deep vanilla. This is a powerhouse. This is definitely a fragrance that will be with you for hours. You don't need a lot. 1 to 2 sprays on me personally is enough. Again, my body chemistry really does enjoy, like it turns everything, like if there's any sweet note like vanilla in something, it like basically munches it up and it's like, I'm vanilla. So I'll lose a bit of the rose, but the vanilla sticks around. So this is, I was able to get this for a really reasonable price again at Fragrancebuy.ca. If you're Canadian, probably one of the best places to get fragrances, and this is an honest fragrance. So that's Mandala Melts Roses Vanille. Next up is Viva La Juicy Couture's Gold. So this, first of all, very cute packaging. A little, I'm 42, but I don't really care. It's the juice inside that I really care. Nelson really enjoys this one. This one again has a lot of vanilla, but like most Juicy Couture fragrances or Viva La Juicy fragrances, they have like the fruity notes at the beginning, but this one definitely has more of the musk. The richness of the musk and the vanilla, and I really do enjoy this one. And I do find myself, if we're just sort of sitting, I don't wear this out as much, if that makes sense, but if I'm just like, we're gonna watch The Crown, like right now we're kind of binge watching that, the last season, so I'll put this on and like I can smell it in my sweater and I can pull it up to my nose and that. But I will say this doesn't last as long. I find that the Viva La Juicy fragrances don't last longer than about 4 hours. So if that's an issue for you, then, obviously get a smaller bottle and so travel with it, put it in your purse. But if you're home, I just go back and I can spray it again. But 4 hours normally does me good after dinner. I'll spray a little bit of this and I'm in bed before I'm old. So I'm in bed before the 4 hours is up. But I do enjoy this one. Again, it's not super expensive. You can definitely get good deals anywhere on any of those discount sites. But I did pick mine up for free at Shoppers Drug Mart using my points. So again, if you're Canadian, save your points at Shoppers Drug Mart because it's definitely worth it. I've purchased so many great fragrances that way. So that again, this is the Viva La Juicy Couture's Gold. I just have a little tester, not even a tester. This is a replica perfume by Maison Margiela. It's by the fireplace. Now, this is one of my favorites for the month of October. Roll into November, it starts getting cold. People start like burning outside. The leaves and all that stuff, like all of that, and it kind of reminds me of Marshmallow Fireside from Bath and Body Works. So if you guys are crossover viewers from watching my candle and wax melt reviews, this is very similar. I think you would really enjoy this one. again, by the fireplace, they do so many, basically this particular line of Replica, they try to replicate different times and places in the world, and you know, library books and beach walks and sailing days, and it really does, if you were to smell it, it smells just like that. I will say there's definitely a little bit at the initial spray with the more of the alcohol, there's definitely more of the fireplace note, but that kind of dissipates a bit. It'll always be with you. It dissipates a bit, and again, that marshmallow comes out. So it's sort of like a s'mores without the graham cracker and the chocolate, which really isn't a s'more, it's just a marshmallow. So anyway, so Replicas by the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. I absolutely will be purchasing this in full size once I go through this, but this is one of my favorites for the months of October and November, just as things get a little bit cooler. The longevity on this one, I probably get about 5 hours. It's not a super heavy hitter, but it's good for what I want it to be. And if I'm only, especially now, we're not really going out much, just spray a couple spritzes of this and I'm good to go. So again, Maison Margiela's Replica and By the Fireplace. Oh yeah. There's Willow, in case anybody was wondering. She is here. She's just having her 10th nap of the morning. It's now 10:10 a.m. Next up we have from Juicy Couture, Viva La Juicy Noir. Now this is of the 3 Viva La Juicies from this particular line. This was the last one I purchased. I really do enjoy this. Like all the Viva La Juicy fragrances, I definitely get the berries at the beginning, like the fruits, but this definitely has a beautiful musk and a definite perfume fragrance. So compared to the Gold, has a lot of musk and vanilla, a little less vanilla, a little bit more berry. There's a few floral notes in here too, which is differ from the Gold, but it's not powdery, but it can lean a little bit more powdery. Again, just like the Gold, I wouldn't get more than about 4 hours out of this for longevity, but again, I wear this at home after dinner. I put a little bit of fragrance on my body and my sweater, because again, like I say, I kind of like to cuddle my sweater. That's weird, I know, but I wouldn't say that this lasts on my clothing the next day, the next time I go to use it. It doesn't last super long, but again, you'll get it at a fairly decent price. I got this one for free again from Shoppers Drug Mart with my points. But you can find this particular fragrance on many different Canadian, American, I'm certain probably European discount perfume online sources. So again, I really do enjoy this one. Again, this is just a fruitier take with some deep dark notes of fruit. So like more of the darker winter fruit type scents versus the Gold, which has more of a musk, more of a vanilla. So again, that's Juicy Couture's Viva La Juicy Noir. Next one up is from Atelier Cologne. This is the Vanille Intense, I think is how you say it. I don't know. You guys can sort of tell by the theme. My name is Kim and I'm a vanilla-holic. I love a lot of vanilla at any time of year, but especially this kind of comforting sweater weather, staying indoors type scents. So many of the fragrances I pull and that made this list do have a strong presence of vanilla. This is obviously no exception. So I know I reviewed a little pack with you guys of Atelier Cologne. Of all of the different ones I had from that little sample pack, this is one I purchased in a small size. Now, this is a little expensive, harder to find because this particular scent, the vanilla, is so popular. It is harder to find, but not impossible on the like discount websites and that. But I remember I picked this up like a year ago from Sephora during the 20% off sale because I am via Vie Rouge. This has a really unique twist to a vanilla. It's such a really beautiful vanilla, and Atelier Cologne does unisex fragrances. So this is definitely great for a man, and this is definitely great for a woman. I personally would say it leans a little bit more female. If you were to go on right down the center, slightly more female than male, but not by much, because there's like a musk in there. Not going by scent notes, I'm going by sniff today. There's a little bit of a green note in there as well. But essentially, this is a beautiful, strong, and intense vanilla. This does last a lot longer. And I think from what I've heard from other people, I don't have as much experience with trying a whole bunch from this range, but this one has a better lasting power. And on me, again, my body gobbles up the vanilla and it kind of takes it on its own. I get about 6 to 8 hours. So it kind of depends, and it definitely lasts on my sweater the next day when I pull it out. These are great little, first of all, they're not dabbers, thank goodness. I love the fact that these are little spray bottles too. So great for traveling, not that we're doing much traveling, but I really do enjoy this. And it's probably one of my favorite fragrances for like vanilla wintertime. So that again is Atelier Cologne Vanille Intense. Next up is Jimmy Choo's original Jimmy Choo perfume. This one was the first fragrance I purchased after getting into fragrances again, like I used to be, but then I kind of went away from it for a while, came back, started watching a lot of other YouTube reviewers, and I wanted to buy this because this, I want to say back when I started watching videos around March, right around lockdown, like right around there, everybody was talking about this as a powerhouse, and oh my god. And again, I will say this is definitely unisex. I don't think it's just a woman who could do and pull this off. I definitely feel like it's a unisex, men, women. You all can wear this. This is it kind of looks like it might be a bomb, and I'm telling you, it is a like super fragrance thrower bomb. The sillage is huge with sillage, obviously. It's when you leave a room, the scent trail that you leave when you left that room, what still lingers. This is huge. Projection is ginormous. This is definitely more of a go-to. I'm going to be pulling this out now and into December, January. I think that's when I'm going to be using this the most. Definitely musky. There is like a vanilla base, but I'm definitely getting more of the musk, and it's heavy and it's syrupy. It's not sweet, but it's syrupy in that heaviness, resin, that kind of thing. So again, this is Jimmy Choo's original Eau de Parfum. It is a bomb. It is a Jimmy Choo, original Jimmy Choo Eau de Parfum. Again, a fabulous buy. I couldn't do this list with a couple different fragrances. This one and my final one. This is from Jean-Paul Gaultier, his original Scandal. Now, scandalous legs. I love it. When I bought this at first, it was again early or late spring. I want to say April, and it's beautiful. It's definitely a powerhouse, definitely honey. It's beautiful, very strong. Sillage is high, projection is high, lasting power is intense. You will smell this on your clothing for days. I don't think that I can smell this after I've had a shower, but this is amazing. If you like honey, like a real tangy sweetness. It's so funny. Again, if you guys are coming here from my reviews from wax, you guys know I hate honey or anything with honey in it when it comes to wax. But when it comes to fragrance, I'm all over it. So this is what everybody quote unquote calls a honey bomb. And it is just that. But there are some fruits in there. Again, because of its strength, longevity, projection, all of that. This is definitely better, I believe, suited to the winter months, the cold months, the cozy. Put it on your sweater, you can smell it again the next day. This is definitely an amazing fragrance, and I'm really looking into diving into this one a little bit more now that the weather here is getting colder, although tomorrow is supposed to be quite warm. It can't make up its mind here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So anyway, this is Jean-Paul Gaultier's original Scandal. Last but certainly not least, you guys probably guessed that I would be putting this in this video. It is my most beloved fragrance from anywhere. The search was over in a sense when I ordered this. It is so beautiful, and it's not linear. It does change when it dries and all that. It's Nichonne's Ani. This is an extrait de perfume. This is a beautiful, beautiful scent. I just have the 50 ml bottle, but you better be sure that when I'm halfway done this, I will be getting the full size 100. And I did find this on a website that had this at a much better discount. It was Fragrancebuy.ca. Again, if you're Canadian, I know a couple of you guys, Julie, I know you bought this too. I love it. And I think, again, this house has done something very, very, very right. All of their fragrances, pretty much, at least the ones that look in like just like this, there's a few different scents, they're all unisex, and I feel like they are like the perfect balance of unisex. Now, for women, you definitely would want to like some more of the men's fragrances, and that being said, is that I definitely get a cardamom, I definitely get green notes, but what it does when it dries down on my body, as mentioned many times before, my body just makes everything gourmand. If there's a gourmand note in this or any fragrance, that's how I end up. The beautiful vanilla I get on my body and my clothes, like the heat from my body chemistry, about 15 to 20 minutes after I spray this, and you need one spray. I believe this to be the strongest perfume that I have in my collection. One spray will do me. Nelson enjoys it. He put a little bit, some of this on himself, and he really enjoyed it. He's like, it's strong. He's just not used to like the ones that last all day. This is just such a beautiful fragrance. I cannot stress enough how much I love this. I love the perfumer, the nose to this. She's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and I researched Ani when my video. I really did some research on this fragrance and the story and all that. I love the story, that there are no borders, there's no boundaries, and I believe that especially these days. I couldn't go through this video without telling you that this is like my #1 perfume, my #1 fragrance, and perfect for this time of year. Very comforting, very cozy, very unisex. So guys and gals, you can go for it. So that's Nishane's Ani. Well, that's it for Fragrance Friday for this week. Let me know down below which fragrances are on your lineup for the winter time. Like if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you're obviously going through winter. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, let me know what your favorite scents are for summer, spring, summer for you. So yeah, and I'm really curious to know why. So tell me why it is that you love it. What's the projection strength? What does it remind you? Because scent memory is so huge. All right, you guys, as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.